In today's video, I'll be talking about 6 life lessons that I've seen Black women take a long time to learn. Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Shareece. I help Black men and women heal from trauma and toxic relationships. And the first thing on my list is learn to live life on your own terms. Most Black women are living life on autopilot. They're just doing what they think they're supposed to do, doing what's expected of them without pausing and asking themselves if this is what they really want to do. I think it's important for women to stop worrying about what other people think they should be doing with their lives and to focus on what they want to do with their life. It really includes family members, friends, especially parents or someone you're very close to who thinks you should be doing something in a particular way, whether with your career or with your personal life. You also have to let go of having a set timeline for things that you want to do. Life really is not predictable. I think it's wonderful to have a general timeline, to have goals that you want to meet and like a time you want to get them done. But to say that you're supposed to, be finished with school at this exact time, you're supposed to meet him and marry him in this set time, and then you're supposed to have this kid by this age. All of those things, I think, really set you up for disappointment. I think, yes, it's helpful to say, I really do have a window of fertility. That's true. And so by 38 is a more realistic timeline for the last time I will get pregnant for the first time. Something like that. It's like a general time frame to give yourself. But saying, I have to have my first kid by 23, and then my second by 25, and then my third, if you have one, by 28, or something like that. I think that's just a lot, girl. You're just doing a lot. Because when you don't reach those, or if you don't reach those, they can be very frustrating for you. The second lesson that I think women learn too late is you deserve to be loved well. I think women stay in bad relationships for way too long. And I'm not on TikTok right now, but I know there was a trend on TikTok for a while about women talking about when they should have left and how they probably should have left before they even got married. I think there are women who should have left before they had the baby, before they had the second baby, before the wedding, after the second date. Like, there are so many times when you betrayed yourself, when you didn't listen to your intuition, when you didn't follow through on doing what was best for you because you were overly focused on how things looked, or that you didn't decenter men in your life. So you kind of worship the idea of being in a relationship or being married at whatever cost because that was the most important thing. I want you to consider that being treated well by yourself and others is the most important thing. Like, you deserve kindness, you deserve romance, you deserve like genuine love. And I love the definition in the Bible of love. Like, love is patient, love is kind, love is gonna do real good things to you. That's what love is. Love is not struggle. Listen, these people online will be selling you a lie so that they can get the labor out of you or get whatever it is that they want from you. But I do think that you deserve to be adored. You deserve to be worshiped. You deserve goodness and kindness. And I know that for a lot of Black women, there was no explicit teaching on how to date, right? How to get to know men, to understand the nature of men. That's definitely something I would encourage all women to do. You should understand how the average man thinks. You should decide what your non-negotiables are and what you want out of life so that if he comes into your life, he has to make it better or something in line with what you are wanting before you just kind of give up your identity or your hard work to someone just because they have a penis. The third lesson I often see Black women having a hard time learning is that you are human first. Your career is not your identity. You do not always have to be producing. You do not have to prove yourself. You do not have to earn rest. Like, all of these things are a baseline for you. You can decide what you want in your life, and revolving your whole life around your career, I am not sure that's going to end well for you, right? A lot of women, maybe in their 60s, and when I say late, I don't think I clarified this. Late, taking a long time to learn. Most women get this like download in their 60s. Like, our mothers, I'm 36, right? Our mothers have realized by now, not all of them, right? Some people will never get it in this lifetime, but realizing, like, after all the kids have left and maybe a grandkid or two has popped up, realizing then that work was not everything, right? Oftentimes it takes kids being out of the home or them getting ready to retire that they realize that there's more to life than just work. I think women in their 20s, if they are doing this sort of work, figuring out, what do I want? How do I not make work, my whole life? How do I not work constantly grinding, hustling hard? If they're doing that in their 20s, then I think they're way ahead of the curve. But letting go of this idea that you have to struggle in areas of your life, which is often in the romantic area, but I see a lot of Black women struggling with work too, like feeling like they have to be the workhorse or the person that's always the go-to person or the one figuring things out or corralling people together, being the problem solver. Like, you do not have to do those roles. Like, you can literally think about, like, who am I as a person? Who am I as a human? Who am I as a woman, as a Black woman? And how can I find fulfilling things in my life? Yes, work, I want to be one of them, or maybe you don't, right? Maybe work is a means to an end. But for a lot of people, they want to be able to enjoy some aspect of their work. How can I incorporate enjoyment in some of the work that I do with the rest of my life? Like, outside of these work hours, how can I also curate a life that I really enjoy living? One that also includes like restful sleep and getting the kind of nutrition that I need, because I am important. I am so important. And I want to live a life that feels balanced, right? Work-life balance, I'm not, there was a quote, I forget who said it. Maybe my friend said it. Why do we call it work-life balance when work is a part of life, right? This is not so much about how many hours you spend at work. It's really about how do you feel after. Because if you're depleted, if you're tired, then work is taking too much of your time. Or if you don't have enough money, right? Maybe you're maybe you're not in the right field or something. If you're a Black woman, you're probably working enough. But if you are not being fulfilled by what it is that you're doing, maybe it is time to pivot, and you're allowed to do that. You don't have to have like this big grand reason why. You can say, because I want to. Okay. Related to this is my number 4, that I see Black women have a really hard time choosing themselves, especially when it comes to their children. Constantly putting your children first, like above you, sacrificing. So, not compromising or prioritizing, sacrificing all the time for your children will leave you bitter and full of resentment. It's something I see quite common. And part of it, I do think, is the idea that Black women are supposed to struggle, which is like the theme. Maybe the whole idea is you need to unlearn suffering. You do not have to have suffering as a part of your experience, your life. You do not. You can live a life of ease, which I strongly encourage. You deserve it, okay? So in my practice, I'm constantly encouraging women to make time for themselves, to do things for themselves, to order food like specifically that they like, and not to always be considering their children over themselves. I'm not encouraging anyone to neglect their children or to ignore them or to, focus only on their own needs. I am asking you on some occasions to consider, if it's not going to be to the detriment of your children, can you sleep in? Can you do something on Saturday morning for yourself, like without them? Can you make time with a friend? Can you do nothing? Like, can you find spaces, time in your life where you are just doing something for pleasure, something you like for pleasure? It's not anyone needing you. So the label of wife or spouse is not on you. The label of mother is not on you. It's just you, whatever your name is, right? It's just you. Like, I am so grateful that I had time to just be Shareece, not Dr. Shareece, not Shareece the mother, not Shareece the girlfriend, just Shareece. Just do things that you like, just with you, or your friend, just things that you enjoy. I want women to do more of those things. And that's something I see so difficult. Like, I see women so much not knowing what they want out of life, not knowing what they like out of life. And so when it comes to this choosing yourself, you're like, choose what? What do you mean choose? I mean, the same when you're thinking about them kids. You think about yourself. What kind of shoes do you want? Treat yourself. What kind of food do you want? What new outfit do you want? What experience do you want? What travel do you want? What do you want? And please do it for yourself at least some of the time. It'd be great if you could build in like a fund, a financial fund just for you to treat yourself, as you're already doing and budgeting for your kids, that you then build the practice of, I'm allowed to do for myself. Like, I can do for myself. Actually, it's a really great thing and a good example I'm setting for my kids, that I am nurturing and taking care of myself. Okay, more of that. My number 5 is that Black women need to love their body in action. Often I see that Black women have not really made the connection between emotions, how the way that they feel, and their body weight. And listen, I might be a little fat phobic, like please forgive me, but this is really not about like an exact weight per se. It's really about the relationship that you have with food and how you are approaching it. It's also about the relationship that you have with your body, how you feel about it, how you treat it, how you move it. I want you to treat your body well. And eating fast food all the time is not treating your body well. Not moving your body, not going for a walk, not exercising is not treating your body well. So I think it would be a wonderful thing for Black women to incorporate this into their weekly practice. It is unfortunate Black women have one of the highest rates of obesity in the United States, right? I think that is like structural. I think it's systemic. It's hard to like blame one person. Yes, you are responsible for you, but a lot of this baked in struggle also transforms cortisol, stress in the body that makes it easier for your body to hold on to fat. But it also means that Black people, Black women are often in food deserts, or they have lack of access to nutrient dense food. Organic food costs like 3 times more depending on what you're getting from the grocery store. So like, I understand there are systemic issues, but on my channel, I do encourage you to figure out how can you make small changes in your life so that you are not suffering. Like, what would make it easier for you? So instead of going 3 times to get fast food every week or however much you're going, you meal prep one of those, or you buy one of those frozen meals that's lower in calories and higher in protein, something like that, so that you can find more balance in the way that you're treating your body as you build sustainable changes to your lifestyle, so that you can be as healthy as you can be as you get older. Because one of the things that happens is that everything is exponentially worse as your body is getting older. That can be hard for you. I would love for you to have your mobility and energy as you get older, because like being immobile or like diseases is not a natural part of getting older, right? I know they kind of sell you that lie that it's so bad to get older. I think it's one of the most beautiful things, and I would love for you to treat your body well. And the last lesson on my list is learn to give your burdens to a higher power. I think I see so many women without a spiritual practice. Like maybe you go to church, but that's a religious practice. And I would love for you to have communion with God, like on your own, or whatever you want to call it. I call it God, you call it higher power, like whatever thing that's bigger than you that you can believe in, that you can find solace in and peace. I want you to hold space for that on a daily basis. I don't know if I'm asking for too much. I think, right, one of the ways I do it is through meditation, but I don't do that all the time. But amongst my plans, I can find peace and solace. Find something that takes you outside of yourself and develop that as a practice, something that you do every week that helps you release stress, release tension, let go of burdens so that you're not carrying things from week to week. That there are some things you just cannot control and you don't have to worry about it. Like you can literally give them to God. Okay? I strongly, strongly recommend a spiritual practice. It's literally what my channel is about. Developing your relationship with God, strengthening that bond so that you can make sense of the world, because a lot of things don't really make sense. And that in your life, right, in your bubble, in your network of people, family and friends, that you feel good, that you can find a goodness and a peace and a joy because of the good things that are in your life. Not perfect, because nobody's life is perfect, but that you can find things that just really spark something in you, inspire you, or motivate you to want to help people, interact with people, or whatever it is that you do, that you have that like burning desire, not burning. Okay, I'm talking about myself, that you have that discipline, right? To wake up and feel grateful, right? That's a practice, that's a skill that I think is like a muscle that you strengthen. How do you become grateful for the things that are in your life and for the experiences that you have, even when everything is not going the way you want them to go? Okay. Let me know if there is a life lesson that you think Black women take a long time to learn, something that could be helpful to other people. Please leave it in the comments. I love responding to comments. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Share this video with a Black woman who could be helped with some of these life lessons. and thank you for watching.